let's talk about another one of my favorite science fiction franchises, that being Alien. And I'm so excited because not only is an Alien series that I already knew about coming in 2023, but there's a film as well. So I'm going to talk about both. But first, let's talk about the series. It was announced way back in 2020. A guy named Noah Hawley will direct it. If that name sounds familiar to you, the project that Noah Hawley was attached to before Alien was a Star Trek film. He was one of the directors that was hired, and then something happened with him with the Star Trek film. So after he was not involved with Star Trek anymore, he turned his attention, so to speak, to Alien. He also is working on the 5th season of Fargo. So in the interview that I read, the person who wrote it thought that might have been one of the delays, that they're waiting for his commitment to Fargo to end before they can begin filming. But the scripts have been written already for the series, and according to the studio, which is Hulu or Disney or whatever you want to call it, the film is in active pre-production, and they plan to start filming this year. Not too much is known about the plot. We know that it takes place before the original Alien, and they're calling it the first story that takes place in the Alien franchise on Earth. Now, if you watched all the Alien movies like I have, including the Alien versus Predator movies, that would seem to contradict that. A lot of people considered Alien versus Predator to be its own thing, not really connected to the Alien or Predator franchises. One of the reasons that this Alien series is getting made, and there is momentum behind it, is because Prey came out in 2022 and was such a big hit for Hulu. And Prey being a standalone style Predator film that did have connections, of course, to other films, but not every film. I don't believe, depending on who you ask, on what fan you ask, I don't really think there were any connections to the Alien versus Predator movies in Prey. I know that some people do. I tend to believe that that's not true, but I think that is showing at least one of the Predator's first hunts on Earth. So this series could be the Aliens' first, hunt on Earth, similar to Prey. I think that they're going to build off the momentum of Prey a lot. It is still set in the future, so it's not going back, super far, but it is going to happen before Ripley. So they said that this series will take place around the year 2100. I think it's still another 100 or so years until Ripley meets the alien. Of course, Alien and Aliens were two very different films, but both amazing. Alien was very much a claustrophobic style space horror, probably one of the first, if not the first, movie of its kind. In space, no one can hear you scream. Everyone remembers that tagline. Aliens was more of a, macho shoot 'em up style horror kind of movie, but still great. I mean, I love both of those movies, and I go back and forth on which one I like more. So I think that the series is trying to reconnect with the fans from the first movie. I don't think we're going to see the Marines come out and blow away a bunch of aliens. I wouldn't be surprised if there's only one alien, like the first film. The series might only have one alien. I think that in the films, aliens had multiple aliens. Alien 3 took place on a prison, moon. I think there's only one alien in that film. And then Alien Resurrection, there's more than one alien, if I remember correctly. And then Alien vs. Predator, of course, there were a few. So this may be, returning to those roots of, claustrophobic style, film. And with it being only about, 70 years in the future, maybe the technology, isn't that crazy. So it'll be closer to, what we see and stuff like that. So I can't wait for it. Noah Hawley, I love Fargo. The fact that he was attached to Star Trek also intrigues me. So I can't wait to see that series. Along with this new series, there's another film in production, and this film is titled right now, it's called Alien Romulus. Now, if you're a Star Trek fan, you're like, is this a crossover? Is a Star Trek Alien crossover? No, this is not like Aliens versus Predator versus Star Trek. No. If you follow the recent films of, Prometheus, Alien Covenant, Romulus is probably the name of the vessel or the spaceship that is used in the movie. It might not be the name of the film when it's released. Both the series and the film will be released on Hulu. We don't know where Romulus is going to sit in the timeline. It seems like Romulus is going to be set after Covenant, but it could also be a standalone film. There isn't a lot of details about this either, but it is scheduled to start production in 2023. So they're doing scouting for pre-production sites right now. One actress has been cast. There's a rumor that a second one has been cast. So I don't want to, I'm not sure that those actors have actually been cast, so I'm not even going to name them. But there are rumors that 2 actors have been cast. So we'll see. We know that the film has been written and directed by Fede Alvarez, who did the Evil Dead reboot, if you watch that film. So this could, again, be another horror style movie if this, is somebody who's known for horror. Again, not too much more is known about this film. I think that thanks to the success of Prey, this will be pushed a lot more than it would have been before Prey was released. But it might get a little confusing for fans if there is a series and a film that take place in different time periods and we don't know that they're connected. Maybe they will be connected. I mean, they're being released on the same channel, Hulu, but it's unclear right now where this movie really takes place in the Alien timeline. They're not going to do Alien versus Predator. I know a lot of people think that, well, Aliens and Predator now are both, could be on Hulu. We could have another one of those crossovers. I don't think there's any interest in doing another one of those films. The 2 that were released didn't really do that well. The first one probably did a lot better than the second one. I don't think anyone has really anything nice to say about the second Alien versus Predator film. So I don't think we're going to be going back to that formula anytime soon. So I think that these will be 2 separate paths that Hulu tries to develop on their channel. And, after Prey, they may have some success there. As far as the future of Prey, there's been some rumors. I know that for a while they were talking about a sequel being set in feudal Japan, which could be interesting. If you watch the film Predators, there is a character who is from the Yakuza and finds a samurai sword on the Predator planet, kind of insinuating that at least if the Predator hadn't been on the planet Earth, he had taken a samurai from Earth and put him on that planet. So maybe there's some history there between feudal Japan and the Predator. So we'll see. But again, I love Alien. I love Predator. So let me know in the comments, are you still a fan of Aliens and Predator? And are you looking forward to a future in both those franchises? Thank you very much for watching. This segment first appeared on my weekly podcast, WDIM News, which I release each Monday. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to hit the like button to help support my channel. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell so YouTube will let you know when my new videos and podcasts come out. Thanks again, and I will see you next time on What Did I Miss?